Hey everyone, Lesley Myrick here, interior designer and business coach with Nancy Quinn and the Profit Insiders Academy. We have the fabulous Darlene from Horizons Window Treatments
Hi.
today to talk about making money with window treatments. Welcome, Darlene. I'm glad to have you here.
Thank you, Leslie. It's been great to be able to do this with you now for, I think this is the third time.
Yeah, we've done this a few times, and I always like that you have visuals and pretty fabrics and things to show us because that's
Yes.
all the fun stuff that we as designers love. So let's jump right in.
hmm
Window treatments are profitable, full stop. So let's talk more about that. How can designers who are maybe just, selling retail curtain panels step into this world? What do they need to know about making more money, making good profit selling window treatments with a company like Horizons?
Well, the key is how do I get to a custom level with my customers? So at the custom level, it's obviously a bigger ticket item, but doing it in a way that is got a level of simplicity for you because that's a real big key is you want it to be as simple as possible and
Yeah.
it you really don't want it to use up a lot of your time either. So by partnering with somebody like Horizons, we are going to provide you with that simplicity. We are going to be able to help you minimize that time frame, um, from the point of your, inspiration, what you and the customer can dream up, to the point
Mhm.
where it's literally able to be installed in their home. And that is a big key because a turnaround time is important. Now, often in some design jobs, obviously there's a big window of time that you're taking to get everything pulled together for the big day, the big reveal. But what's nice to know is that when you're working with Horizons, that those soft treatment, those panels, the Roman shades, whatever it is, are going to be done and ready for you, for that day.
I love that. And that's a huge part of profitability is being able to deliver when you say you can deliver. Happy clients, happy customers. They they pay
Mhm.
quicker when they like you and trust you and know that you're going to get the job done. So I think that's incredibly valuable. So talk to me a little bit more about custom because I think that scares a lot of people when it comes to window treatments. Because there are so many details like do you need what kind of lining? Do you also need interlining? What pleat style? What hooks and rods and traverse and trim, and there's so much to it. Say more. Take the scary out of it for people because I know there's a lot of designers
Well,
who like won't even touch window treatment just because they're scared of doing it. It seems like too much.
so first of all, like when you work with somebody like Horizons, we have a menu of options. So that first of all helps you because you know what it is. We already have ready to go, pricing available and options available for you. So you're getting some guidelines. I always like to think of
Mhm.
it like going to a restaurant and you have a menu, but maybe you like something on the side, or maybe you're asking the chef to make it a little differently. And that's what's great about Horizon. So we're giving you the menu. The next thing is we're going to provide you with all the support and all the training you need. So as far as working with us, I always look at myself as both a quarterback and a coach. So I'm going to be able to coach you on what you need to do, how you need to do it. And as a quarterback, I'm going to know, who I need to throw the ball to. So it's really all about you feeling supported and having somebody in house here at the workroom that is going to walk you through every step of the process. So from your end, you just need to have the ideas, the imaginations, the colors, the fabric types and choices. You know what, like what design you're going for.
Mhm.
So, whether it's something that has a hearkening to more vintage, whether it's, really nice and modern and sleek. Maybe it's the, latest craze, which seems to be cozy cottage. So, we're here to help support that decision that you're making with your customer and how do you get from that inspiration, that vision that's in your head to it arriving at the customer's home. And we're going to help you every step of the way.
I love the menu analogy, Darlene, because The idea of starting from a blank page is not appealing to me. It's kind of scary. I like constraints. I think a lot of designers do. And if you know, okay, here's, this style and this detail and this thing, and it's picking, like, I don't want to go to a
Yep.
fancy restaurant and they just say, "So what do you want for dinner tonight?" I'm like, I don't know. What do you do? Like, what are the options? So I think that really does help to have parameters, but also know that customization is not only possible, it is encouraged. And that's something that you embrace at Horizons and do such a great job at.
Yes, we do. And we get excited actually about something that we're doing that's unusual. Example today, we're working on something for one of our customers, and her customer saw something that she loved in a magazine. And so we're busy duplicating, and it's a really neat design, real feminine, and almost has a very regal quality to it.
All
So
right.
we're excited about, the ability to really help that dream come true,
Yeah.
help create that item that's in that home that really going to make that customer feel like this is exactly what they were wanting in their home. And that's, as a designer, you're leading the design, but we know that our customers are an important partner with us,
Yeah.
and that you can't do it without their input. Otherwise, you're making a model home.
Yeah. That's such a good point. Well, I know you have some visuals to share with us today, which excites me
Yeah.
greatly. So, where would you like to start with those? And we can talk through some of the design details and all the fun stuff that you have to share with us.
So it might be helpful to start. I do have a small, short PowerPoint, and I think it's mostly to help us walk through who we are and what we can do. And that, to me, is an important aspect of all these the things we've been talking about so
Mhm.
far. And so the first thing is, I think that every designer has a workroom wish list. And this is really all about, what it is you want your workroom to be able to do for you. But I think at Horizons, we go beyond what your normal workroom, excuse me, can do. So some of the things are, again, the custom quality and all the designer details that you need. And these could be things like the fact that we have cordless lift system here that's patented, that's been used over millions of times on shades, so we know it works,
Yeah.
along with motorization. And again, that's something that some workrooms don't really want to get involved with. They don't have an adequate cordless system, they don't have motorization, and that could be whether it's for shade or drapery. The other is really just kind of the proficiency level that we have, the ability to actually create what you're dreaming up and drawing,
Mm.
um, for you and the customer. The ability to communicate with the workroom. So, myself and many others on our team, we're basically your conduit to the workroom. And so we are going to get that message out to the workroom of exactly what it is that you're expecting. So we're helping you to, we're managing that expectation level. Um, Quick turnaround, as I mentioned before. Believe it or not, we are making completely custom product in less than 3 weeks. And in many
Seriously?
cases,
3 weeks.
less than 3 weeks.
Okay.
I've been privy to many other turnaround times from other workrooms. They're calling us because they know we can do this. I just got a large order from another workroom because they don't have time to table it. But yes, our turnaround right now is 3 weeks,
Wow.
or less. So it's all these little things, because that's an important aspect of your profitability. It
Mhm.
really is. When you can get something installed, get them money in your pocket. The other that I think is unique to Horizons is it's really kind of a one-stop shop. So not only can you get your roller shades or your Roman shades or your natural wovens here, um, you've also got all the soft treatments, the drapery, and the drapery hardware options.
Yeah.
So we really have an easy place for you to land where you can completely customize those windows in one location. As far as the ease of everything we offer, you have the ability to actually go in and place orders again, just like you would for anything else out there, you can place your orders any time of day or night that works
Mhm.
for you. So you don't have to make sure that, someone's available from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. And we're always happy to help you learn how to do that. And last is that you've got payment options. So this
Oh,
is, so many easy ways to order and to pay. And you can work with our accounting team to choose your options. Maybe you're somebody who wants to prepay, or maybe you'd rather have the 30 days. So it's, really going to be something that you have completely set up, and your account is, really customized to you and your needs. So just a couple of quick little pictures from inside of our workroom, and you're seeing, yes, we use real sewing machines with real bobbins, and the fact that there are a lot of hands that are definitely being put to work here making the product. This is a quick glance of our workroom, but I'm telling you right now, it's changed from this picture because we are in the constant state of efficiency, and that's something that never stops here. It's like the grocery store. You go to the grocery store and you went to this aisle because that's where your favorite foods are, and now it's like two
and
aisles
then they
over.
move it.
They move it.
Find it
Well, they
anymore.
kind of do it here too because they're always trying to improve efficiency and safety too, by the way.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned with the turnaround time, we actually publish our turnaround times in horizonshades.com. So this way you know what that time frame is ahead of time. When you're talking to your customer, you can give them a ballpark of when they can expect to have their beautiful window treatments in house. And I think that's another thing that's important, is that it gives you the ability to make the choice with your customer. Is this something we actually can't get done in the time frame that
Mhm.
we have? And of course, I wouldn't be doing my job if I'm not doing a little advertising about our new collection. So you have this great universe of fabrics out there that come from so many sources, but Horizons does actually have 370 fabrics right here in house. They're absolutely beautiful. We do sell it as a collection, so we do have colorway books with all the different fabrics, and it's really a nice size piece of material too to
Yeah.
help you make your decisions from. So what I love is they snap in and out. So this is
I
even
was gonna
better than
mention that.
those.
I remember seeing that last time. I love my sample books, but oh my goodness, you can't get anything out of them. I
No,
think
no,
that's such a
no.
genius idea. So are these sample books provided to designers, or are these a purchase for a designer to have in their own library?
So it is a purchase that they would need to make, and we do offer a rebate. So based on the purchase price, you will get 100% refund with only 6,000 in sales, and we give you a whole year to do that. And we even give you a year to say, hey, it wasn't for me. Uh, can I return it? And yes, you can for a full
Right.
refund. So it is something that can be a great tool because you have all these great fabrics right on hand. But we also do offer our swatch program, and we'll get into that in a minute. But it's in addition to our fabrics, we do offer a variety of trims,
Mhm.
decorative tapes that are available. And what's great about it is they coordinate. So we do pick materials that all work together with all the different trims. Like I love this because this is actually two pieces.
Oh,
There's
that's
a little
sweet.
fringe trim, and then there's a decorative tape, and I put it together. But the whole point is that you can do all kinds of combinations with Horizons, both what we offer and have here in stock. Why in stock is important. That makes your turnaround time a lot quicker. How do you save money? How do you improve your profitability? You don't have to ship us fabrics and trims.
Yes.
So those two things are really going to give you that advantage. So not only is it a quicker turnaround time, but it's also saving you time and money with having to ship COM. So
Mhm.
when you find that beautiful fabric that we offer, that makes it a lot easier for you. And then, as I mentioned, we have a swatch program. We send out free swatches of either our fabrics or our trims, our tapes, and even our linings. We will send to you.
Oh, great.
And as I was showing you one of these, they are a nice size swatch. So this is how they arrive. You can take this off if you don't want your customer to know the source, so you can, remove any labeling, but they are really a nice advantage. We ship them out for free to you, up to 10 per side mark, and in addition, you're going to get them within a week.
Oh,
So
that's
it is
great.
it's a really quick turnaround time on those.
Yeah.
And just a couple other pictures. So for those of you who really have that favorite fabric and you want to send it to us, we have a robust COM department, and they are the ones who take in that material, and they actually inspect every single bolt and every group of trim that we receive in-house. So they make sure that what we're going to make it out of is going to be suitable. It's an amazing process that they go through in that COM department, and I absolutely have a lot of faith in them because they really know what they're doing. They know what is needed to make a product. So how do you know how much yardage you need for us? Well, we have our COM calculator, and that's available on our app or
Hmm.
online. So we can make it as easy as possible, and you can call us, and we're happy to work with you to either acclimate you to that app or to help answer any questions about yardage that you
So we're
have.
not on our own if we're doing COM. Your team will help figure out yardage, quantities, all those details that kind of make us freak out a little bit.
And they do. And as somebody who was a former workroom, I jump right in there and work on that yardage.
That's great.
So there's a lot of very talented people on both sides of the team, both on the customer and sales and service side and on the workroom side. So just a few pictures. Here's some Roman shades, by the way, where lots of extra details are put in. One of my favorites is the one sort of in the lower middle with the dogs on there, the little hunting dogs. So I love the fact that this particular designer told us exactly what she wanted on the valance and on the shade. And, we're able to carry out that vision for her. On the upper right was a more unusual design with that tassel hanging off of there that we were able to accomplish. And then what's been very popular is like bandings and double
Yeah.
bandings and triple bandings.
It's just such a nice design detail. It's not fussy, but it makes it more special and custom than just a solid shade.
But what's more important is it makes it more profitable.
I
When you
like how
start
you brought
adding
that back around. Yeah, you're not
when
wrong.
you start adding all those details, all that customization, that's really what gets your customer excited.
Yeah.
Something that's being made just for them, but that's also what does, pump up the volume and the price tag a little bit. And that's where you're going to be able to make that extra profit
Yeah.
when you are really dialing in to their emotions and dialing up the cost a little bit. But all of this is, this is all a lot of menu items here. So
Mhm.
easy to order.
Fantastic.
A couple other Romans that I had on tap here. What you're going to see here is a historic home with very detailed design that was needed. And my favorite on the right, it's a cute story about fabric that was in a hope chest
Aw.
since the 1960s.
Wow.
And they were able to be purposed into their great-grandchild's Roman shades.
That's so sweet. That's a unique approach
I
to COM.
know.
I love that.
So that's, those are the different things. That's the heartwarming, emotional aspect of soft
Mhm.
treatment to me, is being able to do that. So some drapery add-ons, we are seeing fringe and it's growing.
Yeah, that is a trend that is coming back. It's been out of fashion, I think, for a little while, but I love
Quite
to
a
see that
while.
little bit of traditional detail, and it doesn't have to be too goopy and old-fashioned. I think there's ways you can do tassels and trim and bullion fringe and brush fringe in really fresh ways today.
There is. It is almost like it's a, twist on what had been popular in the past.
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot of pom-pom fringes. And then on our lower right is really just taking a fabric and isolating a section of it to create a band and to create sort of that division in the panels. So again,
Okay.
you're, really letting your imagination run, and how do you do something that stands out?
Mm-hmm.
It's different because they can't buy that, at some big box store. It's not packaged drapery. You mentioned linings earlier, and yes, linings are an important thing as an add-on. What I love is we offer 5 linings that are actually included in the price of our Romans and our drapery. So they don't have to pay extra for a high quality lining, but we do offer inner lining
Mm-hmm.
along with another option, which is a nappy sateen, and of course blackout in 3 colors. So there's a lot of options for that infrastructure of the drapery. And again, that's taking it to another level, because anything you're going to find that is off the shelf is definitely not going to have what
Yeah.
I would consider a rich lining that's going to give you that finished product, the structure, and the quality that you
Yeah.
would want. So just kind of one of the trends we are seeing is cafes. Cafe curtains are hot.
Mm-hmm. I just did one for a project, and let me tell you, 10 years ago, you told me that I would do cafe curtains. I would not have believed you. But
We're
they're
actually,
growing on me. There's
they
a time and
are
a place.
they are definitely very hot. We're actually having to discuss a new pricing category for them because we just really hadn't gotten too many of them in the past.
Yeah.
But they are a very strong trend right now. It's kind of all following that cottage feel.
Mm.
So one thing you're going to get with us that you have maybe not have with a small workroom is we have a warranty. And I think this is key because you then know that we're standing behind the product. And it is a limited lifetime warranty. And this is in writing, and this is something you could share with your customer. And I, just got a call the other day, 10-year-old Roman shades, and something broke. So if they send it back to us, we will fix it at no cost.
That's great.
So I love the fact that it's very openly stated, and then they know where they stand if they have a problem down the road. Kind of following at the very end here, this is my QR code. So if you are interested in becoming a partner with us, you can actually just take that QR code with your camera, and this will lead you to our application process to become a designer with Horizons Window Fashions and utilize all that we can offer you. But I'm hoping that you are just totally inspired by a great way to really take what you're doing up a notch, even as a designer.
Yeah, it's exciting. I like seeing this detail coming back again because like I said, this has been there was the goopy stuff in like the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, and everyone pulled back and it was super minimal, and this is kind of fun to see detail happening again in windows and having them not be an afterthought, but a really
Mm-hmm.
intentional part of the design, something that sets you apart as a designer and also does level up when you start offering custom, when you start adding trims and details. It does make the product more of an investment, which is an incredible value for your client. They're getting a beautiful custom piece, and it's more profitable for you as a designer than sending them a link to a big box store curtain panel and saying, yeah, hang these up. That'll be fine. Because it's not going to
And
be.
and this is something that they can do. I mean, it's quick, it's simple, it's easy,
Yeah.
and they're putting that profit in their pocket, not in the big box store's pocket. If
Someone's
you wanted,
money, Darlene. It might as well be us designers.
well, if you wanted, and I had 3 other pictures of some different designed rooms. If you want to bring them up, that's up to
Sure.
you. I can kind of, so this one to me is a little bit more I call this comfortable contemporary. And it's a little bit more of a simple, but I love the duo draping or the panels with the color blocking on them,
Mhm.
or some coordinating pillows. And to me, it's a nice, clean and simple and comfortable look for a home, but the panels really finishing off the softness of the room.
Yeah.
And this one is a lovely bedroom, with the nice soft colors and the soft Roman shade. We call that a relaxed Roman, and it just, harkens that more, I would call, romantic feel to it, a little more cottagey again,
Mhm.
in this picture. So love the soft hues and the tones of pink. And then our last one, it takes it to a whole new level.
That's a
Um,
lot of detail and trim and
woo!
fun stuff going on in there. I mean, and I wanna be clear, this is a show home. Not that you
It
couldn't
is a
have a
show
house like
home.
this, but it does have that over the topness to it because it is a show house.
So that's, just to give you an idea of what we are seeing, the work we're doing here in our workroom. And, we are able to accommodate just about anything, again, that you are able to dream up along with your customer and client. So, love to see you guys come on board with us. And I really appreciate, Lesley, you give us this time to share our story.
Awesome. Thank you for being here, Darlene. You have such great advice, ideas, inspiration, all that stuff. I've put your QR code back up on the screen. You can go to horizonshades.com to learn more about Horizon. They're a fantastic company that do really cool things and make it easy for you. That's what I like to see in this industry.
Can go
Darlene,
with
thank you
that.
so much. We will see you again next month.